Ice Cube, because Ice Cube has come out and given everybody some brutal truth. Sorry, Angel Reese, the $5 million offer was only for Caitlin.
Angel Reese was humiliated by Ice Cube without even raising his voice. When they caught him at LAX, TMZ questioned why he paid Caitlin Clark $5 million to compete in the Big Three, but not Angel Reese. His answer was cold, calculated, and awful. It's not philanthropic. We want to make a profit. Boom. That brings the conversation to a close. Not a single offer, not even a call. Why? Because Angel Reese doesn't make any money, even with all the exposure. Not reviews, not tickets, not goods.
Angel Reese, would you think she could ball out? You know, she's pretty solid, you know?
Yeah, she's a great player. You know, the thing with Caitlin Clark, it was just to unlock millions of dollars for the league because of her.
Ice Cube expressed what everyone in the sports world was thinking. Angel Reese is not and never was Caitlin Clark. Let's return. Ice Cube, the founder of the Big Three League, made Caitlin Clark an offer of $5 million. This, however, was more than just an exaggerated marketing tactic. This was a significant financial commitment to a company. They got a 7-figure documentary deal, league equity, 50% of the goods, and $10 million divided over 2 seasons for only 10 games. Did you hear correctly? 8 regular season games and 2 playoff trips. Every game has a $500,000 value. Why? Because Caitlin Clark has a reputation for being a magnet. She fills stadiums, hits ratings records, moves statistics, and has supporters shouting her name as if she were the second coming of Jordan. When Ice Cube saw the gold mine, he went crazy. Gender has no bearing on it. The problem was not fairness. The emphasis was on ROI, or return on investment. There is more to Clark's contribution than just bluster. She brings coziness. From Iowa to Indiana, she is selling out venues faster than Ticketmaster can process orders. Angel Reese is still trying to fill half of an LSU arena after winning a national title. Ice Cube heeded the counsel of wise businessmen. He followed the money. Caitlin Clark was the only player worth betting on. As soon as the offer was made public, sports writers were shocked. You also know what it confirmed. There are several female basketball players that are transforming the game besides Angel Reese. The main question is where TMZ enters the picture. Yo Cub, why didn't you give Angel Reese the same chance? His response was grounded on harsh truth and corporate logic. We do not have the benefit of subsidies like the WNBA does. Players that can guarantee earnings are what we desire. Isn't it? Angel Reese translates. It was not Cube's desire to be rude. He was telling the truth. And it hurts a lot when the media tells you you're a superstar for 2 consecutive years. But let's be honest, Angel's fame is shakily founded on social media noise and catchphrases that go viral. She is well known for her TikTok takeovers and trash talk. Ice Cube spoke to sponsors, looked at the numbers, and studied the statistics. What were they saying? For us, Angel is not an investment. The silence is overwhelming. No call, no interest, and no counteroffer. And before her followers start screaming injustice, remember this. Race and competition have no bearing on this. The results were the main emphasis. Caitlin Clark earned those dollar signs. Angel Reese only makes news these days, and not in a positive way. Cube said, "This isn't charity." He meant it. In the real world, it's put up or shut up. Additionally, Caitlin Clark's star power is backed by facts, despite the fact that Angels is a garish fantasy that is losing value every day. Angel Reese oversees social media, but it doesn't pay for bills. Her Instagram following is amazing. She tweets often. She has brand collaborations and viral interviews. But think about it. Is anybody really paying to watch her perform? That's when reality hits. Sponsors are not interested in real estate. They are interested in returns. Furthermore, when Ice Cube's team sat down to examine the data, Angel Reese had no impact. In the meanwhile, Caitlin Clark was constantly setting new marks. Attendance, ratings, sales of tickets, and sales of jerseys. While Reese has a lot of digital noise, Clark has demand from the actual world. There is a difference. People will travel across the country to see Caitlin. Angel, not so much. And it's not hate. That's the ugly truth. The idea that fans and followers are interchangeable is a misconception. It won't help you keep an endorsement arrangement, but it could help you acquire one. Ice Cube just articulated what sponsors were already thinking. Angel Reese is hype, not heat. Additionally, the thrill of playing professional sports soon fades if you are unable to perform on the court. Social media isn't a ticket line, as Angel Reese learned the hard way. Let's talk about time now. Caitlin Clark is coming to Chicago like a rock star. There is electricity in the arena. There were a lot of admirers there. Chants, signatures, total madness. Reese Angel. These days, she has a bad back every day. And now there are injuries. We understand. But fans couldn't help but notice the coincidence. Was she really harmed? Or did her team know what was about to happen? Since Clark was in the building, the analogy was unavoidable. Everyone would have been observing the crowd, the noise, the excitement, the good sales, and the ratings. And Angel's camp was aware that she would be outdrawn in her own city. It is humiliation on live television. So she sat quietly. No comments, no criticism, just quiet. And that silence was the loudest word she had ever yelled. It's one thing to be eclipsed. To vanish is another. The muttering started right away. Was she running away? Was there a tactical injury here? Even if we are unable to, we are not required to prove anything. The graphics were subpar. Horrible. Because if Caitlin Clark can take over your city, your fan base, and your moment while you're not even on the floor, then maybe, just maybe, you weren't the main character in the first place. The supporters crowned a new queen of Chicago when the original failed to show up. Remember when Angel Reese was revealed as the new face of Reebok? Billboards, advertisements, the whole Trap Queen thing? Regarding that, yes. The campaign is already losing steam. Behind the scenes, sponsors are reportedly pulling out. While some planned activations were postponed indefinitely, others were canceled. Why? Because the evidence does not support the investment. The level of engagement is dropping. The excitement is waning. Furthermore, the profits are pitifully low. It's not that Angel isn't talented. She is not interpreting, which is the issue. She was meant to be the next big thing. But all of that branding cannot hide a terrible reality. Fans do not pay for slogans. In addition to Angel's cause, they pay to see performances. It's totally individualized. Nothing is created. Reebok placed a bet on her reputation, which now seems to be a risky one. In contrast, Caitlin Clark, who didn't even have a shoe deal, stole the event. She just showed up there and started playing. People and cameras followed, and Reebok could be wondering whether they made the wrong Barbie choice. One pioneer was Ice Cube. Reebok is only now becoming aware of this. Either way, the message is clear. Angel's standing is deteriorating. The worst part is that it's happening right now. But the person she was supposed to compete with keeps becoming better. When Caitlin Clark arrived in Chicago, it was a conquest rather than just a game. The stadium was packed, as if it were Game 7 of the finals. Many people stood in line for hours in hopes of getting a glimpse, a signature, a selfie, or anything else. The fact that this wasn't even her home court was the most ridiculous part. This was supposed to be Angel Reese's city, her domain, and her trap. But instead of Bayou Barbie, the streets screamed out for Caitlin Clark. The whole mood shifted. Chicago not only welcomed her, but they also loved her. They were saying it aloud. She's MJ at the rack. The whole city could fit on Clark's hand. Angel Reese was nowhere to be seen. Her Reebok advertisement got missed in the chaos. Because Reese was pushing branding buzzwords, while Caitlin was building a legacy. No promotion was given. It was predicted. Ice Cube didn't have to perform any arithmetic when the weekend was gone. He saw it personally. Filling seats is not all that Clark does. She owns the room. And Angel could not even seem to defend her territory. You can't pretend to be the queen and let a guest take your trap. Chicago decided. It was far from it. Angel Reese was supposed to be the neighborhood hero. Caitlin Clark is dominating both on the court and in the business world, driving record TV ratings, sellout crowds, and the league's top-selling jersey. That's why Ice Cube saw a clear return on investment and offered her a deal. Angel Reese, meanwhile, has built too much of her brand around being Clark's rival, and without that spotlight, sponsors are backing away. Ice Cube's decision wasn't personal, it was business. For Reese to stay relevant, she'll need to step away from the rivalry narrative, refocus on performance, and build her own identity.